Alright, this is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you. In this episode, I'm going to show you guys my opinions on some of the top selling juicers on Amazon and why you should not buy them. Alright, my name is John Kohler and I have the website DiscountJuicers.com. I've been selling juicers now online for the last 25 years. I've been making videos comparing and contrasting all the different major brand juicers and giving you guys education on juicing for the last 15 years, and it's so important to me that you guys buy the right juicer and know what you're getting. It makes me really sad when I just see somebody go to Amazon and buy one of the best-selling juicers, usually because they are inexpensive, and you guys are shortchanging yourself. Yes, you're getting a very inexpensive juicer that will create some juice, and I definitely will say that making some juice is better than no juice, but I want you guys to be aware of how these high-speed juicers may not be the best for you if you are really juicing for your health more than just for flavor or for taste, okay? And this video is going to demonstrate that with some different meters that I used to show the differences between the high-speed or centrifugal ejection style juicers and the low-speed juicers, right? These are some of the very best-selling juicers on Amazon, including the Hamilton Beach. This one is actually called the Nat, but there are many different versions of this. If they all look the same like this, they're basically made in China, imported, and they just stick a different brand name on them. Every week, the best-selling unit on Amazon changes. But I want you guys, if you guys are juicing for your health, to take it seriously. And in this video, we're going to go ahead and compare it to the slow juicers, which is the juicer style that I recommend that's going to be more efficient on juicing things like leafy greens and get a lot higher quality juice as proven by science. Alright, so these are just some examples of some slow juicers, and this is a style of juicer that I recommend for you guys if you guys are juicing for your health. We have different kinds like the Green Star Pro, which is a twin gear juicer. We have a Solo Star 4, which is a single auger horizontal juicer. And of course, the best-selling NAMA J2 vertical juicer with a hopper that makes juicing a lot easier. And we also have the Shine XL with the large feed chute and easy to clean parts. All these machines run at a speed of anywhere between 40 and 150 revolutions per minute, whereas some of the high speed machines can run in excess of 10,000, even up to 20,000 or more revolutions per minute. And that makes a big difference when juicing. If you guys are interested in getting a slow juicer, be sure to check my links down below for videos where I make videos on the NAMA, the Slow Star, the twin gear, so you guys can see how they all operate. That is the reason for my channel. In any case, in this video, we're going to do a head-to-head comparison between a high-speed and a low-speed juicer to show you guys the difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do an in-depth comparison of a high-speed to a slow juicer. Keep in mind, all slow juicers work very similar, maybe a little bit different depending on the model. Today we'll be showing you guys the Shine XL, so I would consider this a good quality entry-level slow juicer, which is a good upgrade from some of those best-selling high-speed juicers on Amazon. It has a full 3-year warranty. A lot of those inexpensive juicers may have a short 90-day or maybe 1-year warranty if you're lucky. That being said, I'm using one of the more high-end centrifugal high-speed juicers. This is the Breville Cold Juice Fountain, right? And there's a misnomer out there that people say high-speed juicers heat the juice. And every time I hear somebody say that, I cringe because that is just not accurate. That's why Breville called this the Breville Cold, because it does not significantly heat the juice any more than a slow juicer will. And I'll be proving that when I do testing on the temperature of the juice as well as the produce going into the machine. However, what they don't tell you is that the high-speed juicers oxygenate the juice. They add a lot of foam, add a lot of air, which may cause you to get, bloating after drinking juice because now you're swallowing lots of air. In addition, proven scientific studies shows that it lowers nutrients, in the juices that are being created. As a matter of fact, 3 to 4 times. So we're going to throw up a graphic right here where you guys can see the different polyphenol, flavonoids, vitamin C, and even anthocyanin content. And you could see they're like 3 to 4 times higher when you use a slow juicer instead of a high-speed juicer. And if you want to get the real kicker, Those of you guys that are really into health will know about anthocyanins. These are properties in the foods that can have very beneficial health benefits for us, as well as feed our microbiome, and they are significantly higher in a slow juicer. That is because it's the way the machine works. Besides adding lots of oxygen, there's very little blade contact time dependent on how the machine works. Basically, you put produce in, it's micro shred, the juice is flung out, and instantly the pulp is kicked out. So it does a one shred and out, whereas in a slow juicer, it slowly crushes and squeezes and blows open cell walls, including, grinds up the skin and the seeds of the produce as well. And that's one of the reasons why the nutrients are actually going to be higher. So I want to show you guys actually how these machines work real quick. We're going to go ahead and take this apart. These are not rocket science. Has a feed chute. You put the produce in there. As the produce goes down into the juicer, it hits this little shredding disc, which is like a grater, like a cheese grater. It micro grates the produce. As it's micro grated, the cell walls are broken open, and instantly the juice comes out, which is then being spun. This is being spun around. The juice comes out these little holes, but then goes in the bowl and then comes out the spout. Meanwhile, the pulp, through high speed and centrifugal force, is being ejected out into the back collection cup. So the two main issues I see with this is, number one, it's running at a high speed, going to add lots of oxygen to your juice. Number two, minimal contact time. It's like the blade comes in contact with the produce, it's micro shred, the juice comes out, and boom, it goes in. It only has one shot to basically blow open cell walls, blow open seeds and skin. And oftentimes when you check the pulp bin, you'll see big pieces of seeds and skin that did not get juice. You are wasting phytonutrients that a slow juicer would be more able to get out. So let me show you guys how this one works. This one works a little bit differently. So once again, we have a similar size feed chute, 3-inch wide feed chute. This has a flip gate, so you can just basically put a whole apple in and flip it down, drop it in there. And as it goes down in the machine, there's an auger. So what this auger does, it basically breaks up the produce into smaller and smaller pieces, works it down in smaller and smaller pieces, and this auger is running inside this juicing screen. As the produce is crunched down and ground up into a smaller particle size, the cell walls are being blown open with some amount of time where now the juicer is grinding open the cell walls to basically masticate them up and extract more nutrients, including grinding seeds up, depending on the slow juicer you're using, to extract nutrients from the seeds as well. The juice then is expelled out of a juicing screen, and that's another point I want to mention, is that the juicing screen holes on the Breville are quite fine. They're microfine, so this is actually going to put very little pulp in your juice, whereas the holes on this juicer are a lot larger. So that's going to put more, in my opinion, nutrients and some fiber into your juice because of the larger holes, right? If you have too small holes, a lot of nutrients may be getting left back because they're going to be left in the pulp. So this has optimally designed holes with a larger set here, smaller set here, to put more nutrients and a little bit more pulp into the juice as well. Once the produce is completely ground down, then it comes out over on this side, which is where the pulp comes out, and there's a little silicone tab right here that puts back pressure on the pulp to make sure it's fully squeezed out before it is allowed to come out. So the pulp comes out this side, definitely more dry than the high-speed juicer in most cases, and then the juice comes out this little spout cap right here. So yeah, so on this machine, look at this. 3 parts to clean, and on the Breville, once again, 3 parts to clean. So a slow juicer could be as easy to clean as a high-speed juicer. And in this case, I would say it's a little bit even easier because there's a lot more screen area and surface area on the cutter than on the juicing screen, which is basically just this front area on the Shine XL. Both these machines are quite easy to assemble. So to assemble the Breville, we're just going to put the main juicing bowl down in there. We're going to go ahead and put the cutting blade down in there. All about a feed chute top. Drop that right into place and snap it together. Finally, on the Shine XL, we're just going to go ahead and drop the juicing bowl in, drop the auger right in there, and we're just going to go ahead and put the top in and lock it into place, and we're all set. Now, another big disadvantage of the high-speed machines, besides creating a lower nutrition content, is that they are very loud. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a sound test for you guys, show you guys how many decibels each of these juicers are. So the Breville on the high speed. We're peaking out at 85 decibels. You guys can hear how loud the machine is, 85 decibels, and when you're putting things in it, it's probably even gonna get a lot louder. That's one of the big complaints about the high-speed juicers. While they are fast, which is a benefit, the con is that they are also one of the loudest juicers. Some people have described them as an airplane taking off in my kitchen like the turbine jet engines. All right, let's go ahead and run the Shine XL. Wow, big difference, guys. That's peaking out at 72 decibels. So that's about 12 or 13 decibels louder in the high speed machine. With a slow speed machine, guys, you guys could wake up early. If you go to bed late, you could make juice while everybody else in your house is sleeping, and you're not gonna disturb them with a slow juicer, but you would with a high speed juicer. All right, so next up, we're gonna go ahead and be juicing in both these machines and show you guys how it is to juice in both machines. This is not necessarily a comparison between the yields. In most cases, the slow juicers will win unless you're doing a recipe high in root vegetables, in which case centrifugal may win because centrifugal can get a lot of juice out of carrots. Slow juicers may or may not, depending on the design and whatever else is in your recipe. But nonetheless, what I want to test today is actually I want to show you guys the results of the juices and how they look. But more importantly, we're going to go one step deeper, and I'm going to do the first dissolved oxygen test on the juices, which in my opinion is one of the major reasons why you get a much lower quality juice when you use a high-speed juicer instead of a slow juicer. So in any case, let's go ahead and juice in the Breville first. We're going to go ahead and turn it on the high. And we're just going to go ahead and put in one Asian pear and an apple at a time. Alright, there we go. It was simple and easy to juice in the Breville Juice Fountain Cold. I forgot to measure the produce before we put it in the machine because I want to go ahead and do a temperature test to see how much temperature the high-speed juicer heats the juice up. So we could measure the after temperature of the juice, which is approximately at 71 degrees. And we're going to go ahead and measure the temperature of the Asian pears, which are 66.5, and we'll measure the carrots, which are 68. So we'll say like 67. So it was about 4-degree increase when we juiced in the Breville Juice Fountain Cold. So yes, it did in fact heat up the juice by 4 degrees. I personally don't believe that makes a difference. But what does make a difference is what you could see here in the glass is the big foam layer. That is what really is making a difference in the juice in the Breville and why high-speed juicers do not create a good quality juice in my opinion. Next up, let's go ahead and juice in the Shine XL. Once again, we've got a temperature check. 67 degrees on the Asian pears. And we get about 68, 69 degrees on the carrots. So let's go ahead and turn this on and juice one after the other. Alright, last carrot going into the Shine XL juicer. Definitely a lot more quiet and definitely has taken more time. Alright, so the Shine XL juicer is pretty much finished juicing. We're going to go ahead and turn it off and we're going to pour in, tip the juicer up to get any last drips out of the juicer. And then we could put the spout cap down to prevent any drips from occurring. And we guys, so look at that. Yes, there's definitely some foam in there. But if you guys look carefully, there's a lot more foam in the Breville, and on the bottom of the Breville juice, right, it's separated really good, and the juice is not quite see-through, but it's definitely more translucent than the carrot juice out of the slow Shine XL juicer, right? In my opinion, what we're looking at is the deeper, richer the color, the more polyphenols and antioxidants and plant compounds are in the juice. Once again, that's one of the reasons for the disparity in the chart. We'll throw again up right there again, where you guys can see clearly the polyphenol flavonoid difference, as well as the vitamin C difference between the slow and the fast juices. That's huge. Now, why is that? Well, number one, we talked about the short blade contact time. Number 2, we talked about the oxidation, and that is what I'll be testing right now. So we're going to try to mix these juices up to the best of my ability to mix that oxygen on top in with the juice to get it all more homogeneous, you know. And check it out, guys. When we do that, what do you guys see? Do you guys see the difference in the colors of these juices, right? This is oxidizing because all the oxygen is causing the oxidative damage. It's lowering nutrients as we're sitting here. The longer this sits, the lower the nutrition goes down because the antioxidants are being oxidized due to all the oxygen in there. So we got that mixed up pretty good. Now what we're going to do today is we will be using a Milwaukee dissolved oxygen meter here. And first we're going to go ahead and measure the juice from the Breville. The oxygen meter will take a little bit of time to stabilize to get a reading. So we're finally stable, and it looks like we got about 3.3 milligrams per liter on the dissolved oxygen meter. What does that mean? That means it's about 3.3 parts per million of dissolved oxygen. So let's go ahead and wipe off the meter. All right, so we got the meter all clean. Let's go ahead and drop it into the slow juice, the Shine XL, and see what kind of reading we get. All right, so it looks like the dissolved oxygen meter has finally stabled out, and how much oxygen was in the slow juice? Check it out, guys. Can you guys read that? 1.0. So there is over 3 times more dissolved oxygen in the juice of the high-speed juicer, right? This Breville, I think, runs at 13,000 revolutions per minute, but a lot of those cheap ones I showed earlier may run as high as 20,000, which means it'll even put more dissolved oxygen, maybe 4 times more oxygen, 3 to 4 times more dissolved oxygen in the juice. And that oxygen does damage. You guys know this if you guys live near one of the coasts and you guys get a scratch in your car. You get the salt water on your car and then your car starts to rust. I had that happen when I was a kid. My car rusted because we lived in the ocean and the oxidation that occurred. So let me show you guys the difference in the oxidation makes just in the sheer color, and how I'm going to taste test the juice as well. All right, so look at the difference in color now, guys, as this has been sitting a little bit. Which one looks more appetizing for you to drink? The light colored orange is bright and light. I mean, this is a sign of nutrients that have not been oxidized. Look at this side, the Breville juice, right? Totally getting all dark and discolored, right? That's oxidation at its finest happening. So let's go ahead and taste test the slow juice. That's good. I will say there's some texture in the juice because the slow juicers put some texture in there. But if I had to say if I could say this juice in one word, sum it up, I would say crisp. This is a crisp juice. Tastes like Asian pears with some carrots. Next up, let's go ahead and try the Breville juice. Wow. Now, I'm not going to go so far to say that this tastes bitter, but it doesn't taste as vibrant. It doesn't taste as full of life force. It doesn't taste as full of nutrients than the bright colored juice. It kind of tasted like if you drank a soda, it tasted like the soda has gone flat. That's what it tastes like. It just doesn't have the zing it should have. Now, yes, guys, any juice you guys make, even with a high-speed juicer, is definitely better than drinking a soda or a lot of other beverages that you guys could buy. That being said, if you guys are looking to buy a juicer, I highly encourage you guys to invest the money it takes, and more importantly, a little bit more time it takes to juice and get a higher quality juice. That is the whole purpose of this video. I want to show you guys for once how much dissolved oxygen is put in the juice, and now I know once and for all 3 times more dissolved oxygen in a high-speed juicer. And how does that reflect in nutrients according to this published study, which the link is down below if you want to see the full study. Boom, 3 to 4 times more nutrients of common nutrients. And if you're talking anthocyanins, which are beneficial properties in things like grapes and pomegranates, it can be even significantly higher. That's why I want you guys to do it right, invest the first time, spend your money wisely, and get the product that's gonna do a much better job, be quieter, extract more nutrition, put less dissolved oxygen so you won't get as much bloating after drinking the juice because you're drinking 4 times more dissolved oxygen. You're also getting 3 to 4 times more phytonutrients. So if you guys are interested in getting the Shine XL juicer that put 3 times less oxygen in the juice and made a brighter colored juice than the Breville, then you want to go to the link down below at tribest.com/DJ10. That'll save you guys 10% off your purchase on the Tribest Shine XL juicer or any other juicer they sell at tribest.com. Now when you guys use that coupon code and you'll save the 10%, Tribest will also share with me a small commission so I can continue to make these educational videos for you guys to show you guys the truth about juicers and enable me to basically buy all the different juicers I do and test them for you guys. And I encourage you guys to watch my videos so you guys can find out the right juicer for you. So if you guys enjoyed this episode learning about why you shouldn't buy a high-speed machine if nutrition and dissolved oxygen is important to you, hey, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. You're not going to see this information on any other channel out there. I guarantee it. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below. What did you think of this episode? Which juice would you rather drink? Would you rather drink the nice, bright, orange-colored carrot juice or the, off-color carrot juice made by the Breville? Would you rather have a high-speed machine that was juiced quickly and more loud and gave you 3 to 4 times less nutrients in the juice? Or would you rather have a juicer that, yes, works a little bit slower, maybe puts a little bit more pulp in the juice, but gives you 3 to 4 times more nutrition and is a lot quieter to use when your family is sleeping? Also, be sure to click that subscribe button right down below so you don't miss my new upcoming episodes. I'll be coming out every 5 to 7 days. You never know what new juicers I'll be comparing or new juicing knowledge bombs I'll be dropping on you guys so that you guys can be the best juicers ever and, more importantly, buy the right machine and use it in the best ways possible to benefit your health. Make sure you click the little bell so you get notified as many videos come out. And finally, be sure to check out past episodes. The past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 700 episodes at this time on this channel dedicated to teach you guys all about juicing as well as finding the right equipment to process your fruits and vegetables the best ways possible. I put a couple links down below in the description to videos I've made in the past with the Shine XL, including comparing it to one of those high-speed best-selling juicers on Amazon so you guys can see specific yield results when I test it, as well as the unboxing video to show you guys all the ins and outs, the pros and cons of the Shine XL juicer. So with that, my name is John Kohler with DiscountJuicers.com. Be sure to visit DiscountJuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for YouTube visitors.